Took place on Thursday, 23rd October this year at the Institute of the Contemplative Evangelizers of the Heart of Christ Mother House in Rungai, Nakuru, beginning at 10 a.m. The ordination will be presided over by Right Reverend Cleophas Otunga, Bishop of the Catholic Diocese of Nakuru. Capuchin TV congratulates the Institute of the Contemplative Evangelizers of the Heart of Christ on this momentous occasion and joins in celebrating the gift of new laborers in the Lord's vineyard. Keep watching Capuchin TV, your Catholic identity channel.
We're turning up the heat on Star Times. Unravel the thriller mystery of The Evil Eye returns on Star Life. Loyalty is tested in a war for power on Gangs of Manila, only on Novella E+. Get absorbed in the emotional twists of My Wonderful Life on Novella E. Step into the all-new season of Hello Mr. Right, Kenya's most exciting dating reality show, where love meets laughter on Rainbow Plus. Renew your subscription today and keep the magic alive. Starting from just 329 shillings for Nyota Bouquet on the aerial decoder or 549 shillings for Nova Bouquet on the dish decoder. Download the Star Times app to stay connected anytime, anywhere. Star Times. Enjoy digital life.
From the Capuchin TV headquarters, this is Catholic Focus News. Good evening and welcome. I'm Sasha Elizabeth with Eric Maluki on sign language interpretation. In this broadcast, we are tackling stigma and silence as Catholic men in Voi champion mental wellness. Public universities remain at a standstill as dons dig in over unpaid CBA dues. And in Budalangi, fresh efforts to tame the fury of floods. We also bring you updates on road safety campaigns, Energy Week celebrations, and rising calls for men to take breast cancer screening seriously. Let's begin. As mental health challenges continue to rise globally, with the World Health Organization estimating that 1 in every 8 people live with mental disorder, local communities are taking action. Here in Kenya, reports show that over half of men struggling with depression never seek help, largely due to stigma and societal pressure. In response, the Catholic Men Association CMA from Voi Parish within the Archdiocese of Mombasa is taping up holding a mental health training at Birikani Outstation aimed at breaking the silence and promoting emotional well-being among men. Let's get the story from Gabriel Mwakoma.
The training was facilitated by Councillor Mr. Laurian Museri, who encouraged men to recognize the importance of mental health, especially in coping with daily life challenges such as stress and family problems.
And it was a non-stop session, interactive, questions, educative, everybody participating. I have in mind CMA within the Diocese of Catholic Diocese of Mombasa. I have in mind the KAMA, the Kenya Anglican Men Association in Voi, that is Taita Taveta, SK Diocese. They also have shown interest. And I think many men are always a bit reluctant to come to mental health attention or even to attend counseling and psychotherapy. But from these groupings and from this psychoeducation, I think we can get more men coming up and we can help more men so that we save more lives, particularly lives being lost through depression and suicide.
Participants expressed their appreciation for the knowledge gained, noting that it was a significant step towards empowering them to address mental health issues in a positive way.
Wanaume tumefahamu kwamba tuna changamoto nyingi, mojawapo ikiwa ni mambo ya uchumi. Panapokuwa kuna hali ambayo haifahamiki na hiyo inachangia kwa sababu yeye ndio kichwa katika familia. Na akiwa kichwa kwa familia, kila mwanafamilia anamtegemea yeye, na anapopungukiwa kwa upande wa fedha, basi anakuwa si yeye tena kichwa, anadhalilika. Na pili, tumegundua kwamba kuna maradhi ama hali za mwili kutokubaliana na hali za uchumi, basi mwanamume anakuwa chini.
This training is part of Catholic Men's Association's ongoing efforts to uplift men's lives by empowering them physically, mentally, and spiritually. Gabriel Mokoma, Taita Taveta County.
From matters of mental wellness to the halls of higher learning, university lecturers across the country are holding firm in their push for fair pay. The nationwide strike by university lecturers has entered yet another week, with learning in public universities still paralyzed. The Dons say they will not resume duty until the government releases the full 7.9 billion Kenyan shillings, I beg your pardon, owed under the 2021-2025 collective bargaining agreement. And as David Kiprotich reports, the stalemate deepened after union officials accused top education officials of frustrating negotiations.
Solidarity forever, for the union makes us strong.
Frustration and fatigue are mounting among striking university lecturers, now entering the third week of a nationwide shutdown of unpaid dues tied to the 2021-2025 collective bargaining agreement.
And we want to say, as members of the University Academic Staff Union, KUSU and KUDEA, we don't negotiate for sustenance of CBS. That is the responsibility of the government. The strike is going to continue until Dons get 7.9 billion.
Speaking at Machakos University, the lecturers accused Principal Secretary for Higher Education and Professor Margaret Mugenda, a senior university administrator, of sabotaging dialogue, alleging the PS camped in Machakos for 4 days without offering a solution.
The person who was sabotaged this workings of the committee is the PS State Department for Higher Education. She camped here the whole day, and Professor Mugendi of Embu University. So, I want to tell our members, this evening we have been vindicated. We are going to share with you this report, and we are going to share the report with the public so that you see the people who wanted to steal our money.
The government must take full responsibility to address this debacle. Why? Because since the crisis began, the government has been listening to the vice chancellors and SRC alone. And yet, the key stakeholders involved in this matter includes the unions. So when the PS comes around and she chooses not even to listen to the unions, then it means we are where we are because the government has failed in its responsibility.
The Dons also dismissed claims by the Salaries and Remuneration Commission that only 624 million shillings remains unpaid, calling the figure erroneous and misleading.
The automatic annual increments that SRC has been claiming that were paid to members of staff in public universities were deducted because the technical committee used actuals that members had earned. So the purported 7.2 billion were deducted before members of the technical committee arrived at 13.812 billion. Today we have caught them. We have caught them. And they will not go without money.
The unions insist that the actual amount owed under the 2021-2022 CBA stands at over 16.5 billion shillings, accusing the government of diverting part of the earlier disbursements to university operations instead of staff pay.
The verification of the 2017-2021 CBA implementation confirmed the outstanding balance of 7,774,630,444, which is less 200 than the figure initially indicated by the unions. And I want to say that we realized through audit that universities had received additional 200 million, but they never disclosed this figure to the unions.
Charles Njorogembau, Deputy Secretary General Kudeya, added that unions have shown goodwill throughout the talks, but the state has failed to reciprocate.
We have demonstrated a lot of goodwill in social dialogue. We have been meeting them in good faith, but what they have demonstrated today is not what we had expected.
And to that effect, now that the government wants the strike to continue, we are now telling our members the strike has begun.
Yes.
Remain on that particular trajectory, escalate, intensify, upscale, and inject.
As the impasse drags on, students remain stranded and the academic calendar disrupted with no clear end in sight.
Solidarity! Forever!
Kiprotich David, reporting for Catholic Focus, Capuchin TV.
Union's power! Union's strong! Union's peace!
And away from the lecture halls to the corridors of classrooms, police in Murang'a are turning their focus on the safety of young learners on our roads. With the rising cases of road accidents involving school children, police in Murang'a County have stepped up efforts to promote road safety awareness among young learners. Officers held an interactive session at Technology Primary School, sensitizing pupils on how to stay safe on the road and avoid risky behavior. Here is Yvonne Onuso with that report.
A day of learning outside the usual classroom setting as officers from the Murang'a County Police Command took the young minds of Technology Primary through crucial lessons on road safety and personal discipline.
We have had a good session with the students, with the pupils, through the courtesy of the head teacher. And we have talked on many issues pertaining to road safety. What informed us to have this meeting today, we have had a search in traffic issues affecting pupils, especially of these ages, the tender ages. And because of that search, we saw the need to come to this school as a blueprint to other schools within the county.
The initiative comes in the wake of an alarming rise in road accidents involving children, including 2 fatalities in recent months and several others injured within the county.
Now, in the month of July 2025, we had a grade 2 pupil who was fatally injured through a road accident. And again, there is another one, a 7-year grade 1 of another school, Kongoini Primary School. He was again fatally injured through a road accident. And we have several injuries, about 5 of them within Murang'a County. And those 5 cases and 3 others who were fatally injured, it is not a small issue.
School authorities say the sensitization complements ongoing efforts to instill safety consciousness among learners.
We are humbled by the presence and visit of this team. They have covered a wide range of topics to our learners. We really want to appreciate them. Their visit is not taken for granted. To our learners, it's an eye-opener. We've always told them about these things, but when they come from a team like this one, it feels like these things are there, and we need to take them seriously.
As the road safety campaign gains momentum, police hope to replicate it across other schools in Murang'a, building a culture of caution and responsibility from a young age. Reporting for Catholic Focus, my name is Onuso Yvonne.
Such a commendable step by the police. It is never too early to teach life skills on safety, and awareness is the first step to prevention. Meanwhile, in the health sector, as the world marks Breast Cancer Awareness Month, medical experts are urging men to not shy away from breast cancer testing, warning that delayed diagnosis continues to cost lives. The call was made during a national symposium on precision breast treatment at the Kenyatta University Teaching, Referral and Research Hospital, where doctors noted that although male breast cancer cases remain low, the numbers are steadily rising.
It's a gathering of minds and medicine. Oncologists and surgeons from across the country meeting under one roof to tackle one of Kenya's deadliest diseases, breast cancer.
One of the things that is being emphasized today in this symposium and will be emphasized across all our activities during the month is early screening and diagnosis. Most of our patients die because they come late. They come late and they cannot be able to benefit even from the innovative treatments that are available. And that will help us to be able to pick up the diagnosis very early and be able to institute the treatment so that they can respond.
While women remain the most affected, experts are now sounding the alarm over rising cases of breast cancer among men, many of whom delay testing due to fear and stigma.
We need to raise awareness among the people. And remember, breast cancer does not only affect women, it also affects men. So we raise this awareness so that they can come in for examination so that we can catch up this early. That's the strategy that will reduce the burden of the deaths from this disease.
Talking about male breast cancer, the main thing about men, most men, they don't even understand they have breast. So let us start from there. Men also have breast. We have some men, their breasts are even bigger, what is famously known as men boobs. So like any other person, as long as you have a breast, you can get breast cancer, and it is treatable. Sadly, what we see in the clinic, most men, they are coming very late because they are shy, being diagnosed with breast cancer. They feel like, and because they are afraid of the stigma, they don't come to us very late, very early, making the disease management becoming very challenging.
Nationally, male breast cancer stands at just 1%, but at KUTRRH, the figure is 5%, a rate above global averages, attributed to referrals from other facilities. For women, 45% of breast cancer cases in Africa occur among those under 45 years, compared to just 10% in Europe and the US.
Compared to the total breast cancer incidence and prevalence, it is 1%. It is an extremely rare, but here at KUTRH we are seeing it is a little bit high. We don't know whether it's because of many referrals we are getting from the other institutions. It is reaching up to 5%.
Doctors now emphasize that both men and women can survive breast cancer if detected early through regular screening, healthy diets, and exercise.
Breast cancer by itself is genetic in the sense that there are people who in our population that have genetics that will make them have breast cancer. Majority of breast cancer, of course, will be sporadic. Sporadic meaning they are not familial, but it starts from the gene. There are a number of things that can be done. One of them, of course, as my colleague was indicating, is lifestyle modification. There are a number of things that you can do. That would include ensuring that you are physically active as an individual, that the diet that you are taking is not mainly fat diet. And things like that may help in terms of prevention. And of course, for primary prevention.
Dr. Gura also revealed that the hospital is offering free breast screening, mammography, and biopsy tests throughout the Awareness Month, noting that breast cancer treatment is covered under the Social Health Authority.
We have come to learn that breast cancer is not one disease, it's a group of disease, which each patient must be treated according to the type of breast cancer, according to the stage, according to the preference, even according to what the patient is available and willing to take. And all this is within the share coverage. Once the disease advances, when the patient comes late, then the cost of treatment becomes expensive. This is where we are seeing a lot of patients crying, but still we have most of these costs being covered by share. I know this can be made better by enhancing the scheme, and I'm sure the government is already looking at it. They have already convened a committee looking at it, so we hope in the future they'll not need to pay anything out of their pocket.
But secondary prevention would be early detection, meaning that we encourage the ladies from the age of 30 to start looking at their breast, in fact as early as 25, to do breast self-examination, go for clinical breast examination in the various facilities near them, and those that are now 35 and above then can start doing ultrasound, and at the age of 40 start doing mammogram, and so that is detected early, because the earlier we detect it, the easier it becomes to treat, and then it will also help us reduce the mortality as a result of breast cancer.
As experts push for early testing and lifestyle change, the message this Breast Cancer Awareness Month remains clear. Early detection saves lives. Reporting for Catholic Focus, my name is Susan Bulemi.
A powerful call to action. Men too must take charge of their health without fear or shame. And of course, clearly, cancer knows no gender. Early testing and awareness remain our strongest tools to saving lives. Now, in Kitui County, the government has kicked off the Energy Week celebrations ahead of next week's Mashujaa Day commemorations. The event was presided over by Petroleum Principal Secretary Mohamed Liban and Energy PS Alex Washira, with this year's focus centered on sustainable energy and development. Speaking after leading the planting of 3,000 trees across 6 schools in Kitui Central constituency and commissioning a water project at the Kitui Teachers Training Institute, PS Liban said the government has lined up several developmental initiatives in the county, including projects in water, gas, and clean energy under the Ministry of Energy and Petroleum. Here's the report.
Today we are kickstarting the Energy Week, the celebration for Mashujaa Day on 20th of October next week, which is going to be presided over by His Excellency the President, Ruto. Between now to Saturday, we'll be having various activities of tree planting in the schools, because you know that this area is a dry area, we don't have enough water, but we are only planting some few trees. About 2,500 will be just elevating to a short train. So cylinders, we are putting 24,000 cylinders with gas, with the stand, with grill for Kitui County. Already 3,000 are in 8 constituencies. From 17, there will be the launch by His Excellency the President, so that our community will be free, from using firewood. Even the few vegetation we have, it is not used for firewood and whatever to become drier and drier. So we are converting them to renewable energy. We are lucky Kitui is now the first one in the Ministry of State Department to get 24,000 cylinders So the State Department, in collaboration with the National Oil Corporation, we have put, the gas. It is going to be commissioned on Wednesday, either by Prime Cabinet Secretary or my own Cabinet Secretary on that day, so that we'll be free the students, from firewood, which can cause also health problems, at the same time also destroying our work. At the same time, the energy people, they're also reconnecting electricity, within the Kitui Central, Kitui South. My counterpart is already on the ground to commission, that work.
We are here at Idokwe Primary School at the launch of this year's Mashujaa Day. And this Mashujaa Day is themed around energy. And so therefore, His Excellency the President, he dedicated this week to be an energy week, where we drum up support towards the celebration of the Mashujaa Day celebration. We are now going to commission last mile projects that are spread across the country. The county, this county has about 2.2 billion shillings to connect in excess of 16,463 households with electricity. That's a program that is ongoing, but will be officially flagged off on Wednesday by His Excellency the President.
Bracing up for Mashujaa Day on the 20th of this month. Now over to Busia County, Budalangi area, where floods remain a recurring menace. The county government, in collaboration with community-based organizations, has launched a special initiative aimed at strengthening disaster preparedness and resilience among local residents. Speaking during the commemoration of the International Day for Disaster Risk Reduction at Siagonja grounds in Budalangi, Deputy Governor Arthur Odera and Area MP Raphael Wanjala called on the national government to construct dams in upstream areas to help reduce the volume and speed of floodwaters flowing downstream in Budalangi. Meanwhile, the Mira Moja director Sarah Matha noted that the partnership will go a long way in supporting community efforts to curb the devastating impact of floods that continue to threaten livelihoods in the region. Well, catch the complete package of that story in our 7 p.m. bulletin. And that story brings us to the end of today's edition of Catholic Focus, where faith meets action in our communities, from mental health awareness and disaster preparedness to the call for responsible leadership and sustainable growth. We are reminded that every effort, no matter how small, counts toward building a better society. On behalf of the entire Catholic Focus team and our sign language interpreter, Eric Maluki, I'm Sasha Elizabeth, wishing you peace, purpose, and a blessed evening. Goodbye.
Keep watching Capuchin TV, your staunchly Catholic identity channel. You are watching Capuchin TV. For any complaints, comments, or compliments on our programming, you can either write to us on info@capuchintv.co.ke or you can call us directly on 0717 424 866. Your complaint shall be addressed within 7 days. Remember to keep a copy of your communication with us. Keep watching Capuchin TV, your Catholic identity.
Mater Hospital, we put your heart at the center of everything we do. Our cardiac program is one of the most elaborate in the region, offering services for both children and adults. The specialist heart clinic is fully equipped to diagnose and treat a variety of cardiovascular and heart diseases.
We have specialized tests like echocardiogram, diagnostic catheterization. We also have support of the radiology department. We're able to do CT scans of the heart and of the lungs and pulmonary arteries, and all these help us come to get a diagnosis.
Our cardiology unit combines expert care with the latest technology to detect, treat, and prevent heart disease.
Will remain true that indeed the patient matters to Mater Hospital.
Mater Misericordia Hospital. Excellence in care every step of the way.
Mwanamke ni nguzo kuu katika familia. Mwanamke ni chanzo cha mabadiliko ulimwenguni. Hata ukija kanisani, utapata ya kuwa wanawake ndo vigo. Bila shaka, nafasi ya mwanamke katika jamii ni muhimu sana. Palipo na mwanamke, hapa haribiki neno. Kwa sababu hii, runinga ya Capuchin inakuandalia na kukuletea show kubwa lenye mada Mwanamke Taifa Hai. Kila siku ya Jumanne saa 5 hadi saa 6 mchana. Ungana nami Debra Mwanya ili tudhibitishe ya kuwa uwepo wa mwanamke ni uhai wa taifa. Usikose mdahalo huu wa Mwanamke Taifa Hai.
Jeshi kubwa mwanamke, wewe ni kanisa, wanawake, taifa hai. Wote waliolala, ndege nao wanalialia kumshukuru Mungu. Njoni baba, mama na watoto, njoni wote mbele za Bwana, tumtolee shukrani zetu kwa kutoa sadaka. Njoni baba, mama na watoto, njoni wote mbele za Bwana, tumtolee shukrani zetu kwa kutoa sadaka. Elewa na mshukuru kwa sauti za kupendeza, na sisi tumshukuru kwa zawadi alizotupa. Kwa ajili ya kupendeza, ni siku njema, siku yenye baraka.
Jua limekwisha chomoza, amsha wote waliolala, ndege nao wanalialia kumshukuru Mungu. Njoni baba, mama na watoto, njoni wote mbele za Bwana, tumtolee shukrani zetu kwa kutoa sadaka. Njoni baba, mama na watoto, njoni wote mbele za Bwana, tumtolee shukrani zetu kwa kutoa sadaka. Wanyama pia na mimea, yote vimeumbwa na Mungu.
kutoa sadaka. Njoni baba, mama na watoto, njoni wote mbele za Bwana, tumtolee shukrani zetu kwa kutoa sadaka. Wote waliolala, ndege nao wanalia